Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. I see so many warm, friendly, familiar faces and partners that we've worked with over the years. I think it's so appropriate that you're here under the dome of the Capitol of the United States of America on this effort. I want to thank Tufik not only for his work, but the superb work of in defense of Christians. I want to thank the Armenian National Committee of America, the Institute of Global Engagement, and the Philos Project. All of these organizations are hosting this conference, and I thank them for it. This event has a great deal of personal significance to me, the topic of it. I'm a first-generation American of Assyrian and Armenian descent. And my family members fled in order to survive the brutalities being waged against them because they were Christians on both sides of the family, the Armenian side, the Assyrian side. And as a first-generation American, I have a very, very deep regard for what our founders established. When they founded our nation, they made religious freedom as one of the major pillars of our democracy, and it remains so today. Here in this audience, we see a span of cross-section of religious faiths. I respect all of them genuinely. I was taught that, given my family's background, and I want to thank the religious leaders that have taken the time to be with us today, too. And I think I always say to my constituents, we love our history once it's been made. We celebrate it, we romanticize it, but we do not have the appreciation I think that we should have for making history. And I think that's what this effort and our work is really all about. Now, when the framers did what they did, it was really a time of great partisanship and political polarization. But when they came together, what they accomplished was something that was going to live through the ages. And that is the guarantee that every American has the freedom of religion, and actually forbade that the Congress, then and any future Congresses, from promoting one religion over another. So this is an enduring value that we have, and I think one of the greatest exports that we have in terms of the values of our nation. So regardless of party or religion or creed, we continue to come together to fight for what is right. So it's not some made-up notion in the 21st century. This is something that I think is part of our DNA. And that's why I think that on March 17th of this year, actually, I just thought of it, that's the Feast of St. Patrick. So, I mean, are we not, I guess we were all Irish that day when the good news came that the United States had really taken decisive and historic action by asserting that the persecution of Christians, Yazidis, and Shiite Muslims by ISIS is genocide. Now, that's not just a statement in March of 2016. This is only I believe, the sixth time in our nation's history that we have designated a genocide, and only the second time in the history of our country designated a genocide as it's taking place. So it's truly historic. And This came after 3 days of a unanimous vote in the United States House of Representatives, and not all that long ago, the Senate did so as well. Now, I'm repeating what I think I came in as my brother, colleague, friend, Congressman Fortenberry was mentioning it, but I want to highlight it again because I think you all need to reappreciate what your advocacy and your work has brought forward. No member of Congress can bring something of that magnitude forward unless there is huge movement from outside the institution. In fact, that is the most important ingredient. From outside the institution, pushing on the inside. We know what to do on the inside, but the outside push, and the advocates are responsible for that. We also have to continue our fight, and it's been a long one, and it is exhausting and frustrating, but that doesn't mean that that should ever have an effect on our passion for and our commitment to see that the United States of America joins the world community in acknowledging the Armenian genocide. I will never give up on that. I don't care how long it takes. We need to accomplish that. And when we do, the United States will join that honor roll of countries that have already done so. Now, today, again, I think I'm repeating something that Congressman Fortenberry mentioned, if I heard it right when I came in. Congressman Chris Smith, Republican, and myself are the lead authors of a bill. It's called the Iraq and Syria Genocide Relief and Accountability Act. That's kind of a mouthful, but what it will do will provide assistance for the survivors of the genocide, demand accountability of the perpetrators of it, and the crimes against humanity and war crimes, and very importantly, it creates a priority 2, a P2 designation for genocide survivors and persecuted minorities in the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program. And I think that is, I think it's an essential, and I think it's an excellent bill. And now we're going to roll our sleeves up to make sure that we have very full bipartisan participation in that. I want to ask you to kind of up the ante on your advocacy efforts over in the Senate on the Frank Wolf International Religious Freedom Act. It's stuck. It's just not moving. And no one is saying we have real problems with the bill. It's just, maybe it's a product of inertia. Who knows? But I have full confidence that if you lean in and say, this is a must-pass bill that was passed unanimously in the House with 160 bipartisan co-sponsors, and this bill is very important because it updates and builds on the work that you have done of the International Religious Freedom Act. Obviously, you have me as your partner. I will continue to work very hard on the efforts to that we bring forward efforts through the Religious Minorities and Middle East Caucus to see that all of these initiatives, as well as any new ones that come up, succeed. I couldn't ask for a better partner than Congressman Jeff Fortenberry. He has a conscience. He's a man of integrity, a man of great faith, and I really cherish working with him, all the members of the caucus, and I want to thank you in a very, very special way for your unswerving faith, for your unswerving advocacy, for your exemplary leadership, and for your commitment to this critical cause. my father used to say, do well by doing good. And that he would recall John F. Kennedy's words that God's work is truly our own. And this is. We have a world in turmoil, but I think that we can be the striking of the match, lighting of the candle, casting light, and through a great deal of tenacity, understanding the pain and the burdens that have been borne, that we can do so many good and noble things in our day and our time. So I thank you for coming. I can't think of a group of not only organizations but individuals that are more worthy to be seated under the dome of the Capitol. So God bless you, God bless America, and God bless all the peoples of the world. And my prayer is that through the realization and the honoring of not only those that are of minority faiths in the Middle East, but through real faith around the world, that we will help to engender peace. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.